storm coming.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, George Lucas created Star Wars, and then Disney bought it, and now there are so many movies and shows, it's harder to follow than a Wookiee's hair care routine. But don't worry, we've got the ultimate guide to watching Star Wars in chronological order. No Jar Jar Binks jokes. Okay, maybe one or two. Let's jump into hyperspace.
My mother warned me about getting into cars with strange men.
This isn't a car.
First up, the prequel trilogy, aka how Anakin Skywalker went from cute kid to space Hitler. Start with episode 1, The Phantom Menace, where we meet little Anakin, who's basically a pod racing prodigy with a serious case of Chosen One syndrome. Then, episode 2, Attack of the Clones gives us teen Anakin, who's moody, broody, and really bad at keeping his Jedi vows. Finally, episode 3, Revenge of the Sith shows Anakin's transformation into Darth Vader, complete with lava surfing and the most dramatic "no" in cinematic history. Pro tip, watch the Clone Wars animated series between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. It's like Anakin's midlife crisis, but with more lightsabers.
Must be done. Do not hesitate. Show no mercy.
After Revenge of the Sith, check out the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. It's basically sad Jedi hours, where Obi-Wan hides in the desert, babysits Luke, and tries not to cry every time he remembers Anakin. Spoiler alert, he fails. Next up, Solo, a Star Wars story. It's the origin story of everyone's favourite space cowboy, Han Solo. We learn how he got his blaster, his ship, and his Wookiee bestie. Fun fact, Han's last name is Solo because he's a lone wolf, or because George Lucas ran out of ideas. After that, dive into Star Wars Rebels and Andor. These shows are like the Rebel Alliance's group chat, full of drama, action, and the occasional droid malfunction.
Got a really good feeling about this.
Now it's time for Rogue One, a Star Wars story. This movie is basically a heist film, but instead of stealing money, they're stealing the Death Star plans. And yes, it has that Darth Vader hallway scene. You know the one. After Rogue One, jump into the original trilogy. Episode 4, A New Hope, introduces us to Luke Skywalker, who's just a farm boy with big dreams and a serious case of I hate sand. Then, Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back gives us the iconic I am your father twist, spoiler alert. But if you don't know that by now, where have you been? Finally, Episode 6, Return of the Jedi wraps it all up with Ewoks, a second Death Star, and the most awkward family reunion ever. Finally, we reach the sequel trilogy. Episode 7, The Force Awakens introduces Rey, a scavenger with a mysterious past and a serious talent for fixing stuff. Then, Episode 8, The Last Jedi gives us Luke Skywalker as a grumpy hermit who's really into green milk. And finally, Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker tries to tie everything together, but let's be real, It's mostly just Palpatine cackling and Rey figuring out her last name. Oh, and there's Star Wars Resistance, which is like the sequel trilogy's side quest. But wait, there's more. For the hardcore fans, check out The Bad Batch, which is like a buddy cop movie but with clones. Then dive into The Mandalorian, where Baby Yoda steals the show and eats way too many frogs. And don't forget Ahsoka, where everyone's favourite Togruta Jedi gets her own series. These shows are like the dessert after your Star Wars feast, sweet, satisfying, and full of Baby Yoda memes. And there you have it, the entire Star Wars saga in chronological order. Whether you're Team Anakin, Luke, or Rey, this timeline will guide you through the galaxy far, far away. May the Force be with you, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more Star Wars content. What's your favourite Star Wars movie or show? Let us know in the comments. And no, Jar Jar Binks doesn't count.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No. Why not? Do. Or do not. There is no try.